Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Today we are watching Sudhguru giving 7 yogic tips on losing weight, increasing energy, and sleeping less, which is what I'm interested in. Are these tips really true? Is this really accurate what he's saying? We're going to investigate, and most importantly, I'm going to react and share my own personal experience. So let's watch.
Shifting at least 50% to millet diet, even if you cannot go 100% because of travel and other things, even shifting 50%, you will see three things. One thing is your general health and level of energy will be way higher than what you're experiencing right now. Next thing is you can consume much less food and still be energetic and maintain your weight levels. Your sugar values will not go up suddenly, it's a slow release process, and with less food, you will not feel hungry for long periods of time, which is a very good thing to do.
I don't have much experience with this grain, but I have purchased some in Canada, and it tasted, unfortunately, very, very bad. I didn't like it at all, the texture and the quality, it just didn't taste good. Probably it's because of the way I cooked it, it's not the millet itself, because I've been to India and I've eaten millet from Indian cooking, and it's fantastic, it's phenomenal. I would eat that every day, especially rage millet or millet rage. It's like a pancake out of millet. And it's fantastic, okay? I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you go to India and you enjoy their cuisine.
See, there is a tendency in many people that if they have nothing to do, eating will simply happen continuously through the day. That is something you must avoid. It is better that you make at least 30 to 40% of your diet into fruits, vegetables and nuts and legumes and other kinds of things, so that the cooked food that you eat, which generally needs a certain level of physical activity, otherwise it sits in you, and also naturally it will push you towards increasing your weight and those kind of issues. This is not something to consult anybody. This is something to become conscious of. It is a simple common sense that if you're not using your body, naturally the amount of food that you consume has to come down. This doesn't mean you're dieting, this doesn't mean you're controlling something, no. It is natural instinct of the body itself is like that if you put in lot of activity, you consume more food, if you do less activity, you consume less food.
Yes, it's true. If you eat less food, you're naturally going to have more energy. That's counterintuitive, but it's true in my experience. And also, it's very sensible to understand that if you're not doing many things with your physical body, it's sensible to eat less. Not many people have this sense, me included, because food tastes so good. It's a big source of pleasure in our lives, and we like to eat it. So give me a break, okay? Even though I like to eat food, I still understand I need to eat the proper amounts of food. And I've also noticed that the more disconnected I am from nature, the more I eat. Like, for example, I'm sitting in my second-story house, I'm on the second floor, and the days that I don't go outside and touch a grass or put my feet on the grass are the days that I'm less conscious about the food that I'm eating, and I just gobble it all down. But if there's sensibility, and especially if I've done other things, then that need usually goes away. So eat less food.
So in the yogic system, always the minimum gap between one meal and the next meal should be 8 hours. If 8 hours is not possible for you, I would say for most human beings, 5 to 6 hours is a must. Otherwise, you are inviting something bad to happen to you in terms of your physical health for sure. So, this 8 hours gap is something we always maintain. As you know, in the yoga center, we eat at 10 in the morning and 7 in the evening. So the next meal is only 10 o'clock in the next morning. So naturally, it is about 13–14 hours have passed before you have the next meal. And in between there is a lot of physical activity, sadhana, variety of processes. So, if you just take care of this, that you know for your height what is the weight and your muscle tone how it should be, if you manage this, how much you should eat, you decide. It is not something there has to be a prescription for everything, it is just that sensible eating. You don't eat whenever food comes in front of you, you don't do compulsive eating. You eat when you feel the body needs to eat for its energy and its maintenance of the system.
Absolutely. There needs to be a minimum of 8-hour gap is what Sadhguru says between each meals. I take his word for it, I haven't done the scientific studies, but If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. I see how this man is living, the joy and ecstasy you see in his eyes, and hey, I'm gonna go and do what he says. I've also noticed this, and I have experience with this, that the days that I spend with huge gaps between my meals, my body's ability to just be at ease is way higher. Also, my skin gets clearer, I'm more radiant, I can see the light of my energy is shining through my body much easier. And then the days that I do go and gorge on food and eat whatever I like and indulge in food, my system just becomes very sluggish. It makes sense, my friends, because food is a huge toll on the body. It takes so much energy to process this, especially if you're eating complex food. We're not going to get into the animal's body parts in this, but let's just say you're eating a lot of cooked food, cooked vegetarian food, or vegan food, I'm sorry, not vegetarian. Still, the body needs so much energy to break down that food because it's had no life inside. So fruits have life inside, and fruits take so quickly to digest. In fact, I'm going to go to the grocery store, and I'm going to buy raspberries and strawberries because those are one of my favorite fruits, and I'm gonna snack on them. And I'm gonna do this pretty much every day. I'm gonna eat this fruit every day. If you're on a fruit diet, which I want to incorporate more fruits in my life, your ability for energy, the sleep that you're gonna need is much less, and weight loss, of course, is always there. So fruits, something that's so needed in our lives. You need to eat more fruits, and I hope that you pause this video and go get yourself some fruit snack.
You take this much of groundnut, soak it overnight. Either you just eat it as it is, chew and eat is best. If you have teeth, chew and eat. If you don't have, put it in a blender, put one banana, if necessary, one spoon of honey. Drink this.
That looks delicious. Oh my goodness. All those ingredients plus the liquid in the middle, I would want to drink that. I will drink that. I'm going to purchase some raw, unprocessed, whatever, organic ground nuts or peanuts, as they're called. And I'm going to soak them overnight and mix a banana, maybe add some honey, and I'm going to make this kind of porridge. And maybe I'll record a video of me doing that because that looks absolutely delicious. And I want to eat just what is there.
So you just go do this kind of diet, train the body to consume this. There's necessary protein, this, that, everything. If you have honey, one fruit and groundnut, just make sure it's a more organic thing. You have enough to sustain. Another way in India means we would just say one coconut and that much honey, taken care of, nothing else. Just the body is fine, you won't lose weight, especially if you eat this much groundnut, you will not lose weight.
Sudhguru has said that groundnut is pretty much all that the body needs. It has everything that the body needs. Groundnut mixed with bananas is something that he survived on for a very long time in the jungles when he was out trekking in his earlier years. Also, coconuts are delicious. Coconuts are incredible. The coconut water and how close it is to the human blood, I think it's said somewhere that it's so close. Similarly with honey. Honey and blood are so close together that both of those foods are so good to eat. And my friends, I'm going to share this with you. This is a secret. Shh, don't tell anybody about this, okay? Shh, secret, shh, between you and me. I call myself a vegan. I eat a vegan diet. I don't harm animals with my food choices, unlike some people. I don't want to be cruel to animals, so I don't fund their slaughter. But I do eat honey, okay? Shh, don't tell anybody about this. I know that the honey industry is also not the best. It's very cruel to the bees. They treat bees as a product, and I'm taking steps to buy honey from appropriate places like farmers that I do know in the city that take care of bees properly and treat them well, and they're like their family, and they produce food for them, and they help them in whatever way. Maybe in the future also I'm going to make honey myself. I'm gonna take care of bees because honey, the reason why I'm saying this is because honey is an incredible superfood. It's just incredible. The benefits that you get from honey are A, you get calmness of mind. Your mind actually becomes calmer. So if you have any kind of psychological disturbances or imbalances, you eat honey, that'll just calm your system right down. Number two, it lubricates and it loosens your muscles. If you're doing yoga, if you're doing any kind of stretches or any kind of physical activity, taking honey daily, just a tablespoon of honey, it will loosen up your energy system so that you can do the things that are needed to do. And number three, it's just delicious. and fantastic. And if you're eating it in a raw state, it has all the enzymes needed for your microbiome to become replenished. Yogis eat honey, Sadhguru eats honey. This is one of the foods that I'm willing to go into. And yes, there are unfortunate consequences to bees, and I am definitely taking that into consideration. I don't want to participate in that. So the honey that I do buy is from a local store, and it's raw, so it hasn't been cooked. And also I'm taking steps to source this in the most ethical way.
If you're doing yoga, definitely excess weight will go, because it not only is it functioning as an exercise, it rejuvenates the system and it brings so much sense into you that you will not overeat. It's not because somebody is telling you to go on a diet. Once a certain level of awareness arises in your body becomes such, it will just eat what is needed for it, it will not eat anything more.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I ate. It's the rage pancake. Oh my god, this just makes me salivate thinking back to Indian cooking, South Indian cooking. Fantastic. Mwah.
You're not controlling or regulating your life in any way. See, the big difference is, if you do some other exercise, dieting processes, all this, you're always trying to control yourself. With yogic exercises and yogic practices, you don't have to control yourself, you just do the discipline. It brings a totally different norm into you, that it just takes care of the system in such a way that it will not allow you to eat more, it will not allow you to do anything in excess.
Yes, my friends, this is about sensibility, how sensible you are. Controlling yourself doesn't work. What is needed is transcendence of whatever action you want to overcome. If you're overeating, you just need to understand the situation a little bit better and to elevate yourself out of that, so you can see, oh, okay, this is not needed, this is not a requirement. And yoga is a fantastic tool for that.
If you watch the natural cycles of the body, once in every 11 to 14 days, the body would like to go without food one day. Based on this natural cycle, once in one mandala, that is, one mandala is 40 to 48 days, in these 48 days, 3 days will happen where your body does not need food. If you're conscious, you will see on that day you don't want to eat. Do you see even dogs and cats have this sense? On a certain day they don't want to eat, have you noticed this? If you're not conscious of these things, because those things are gone from human life for most of the people, so that is why generally in India traditionally is fixed every Ekadashi, the 11th day of the lunar cycle, you don't eat. It is fixed so that 3 times in one mandala you do not eat. That is like a thumb rule, that's not the best way to do it. If you're conscious, you don't eat on that particular day when the body is not asking for food is the best way to do it. But if you want to fast, it's very important that your body is prepared with a certain sadhana, certain amount of, enhancement of energy. Otherwise, when the body is longing for food, if you deprive it, the body will struggle. Instead of simply depriving yourself of food, it's good to go on, let's say, a juice diet, vegetable and fruit juice diets.
Yes, this is 100% true, and is a fact that I've noticed within myself that there are days that my body does not require and is asking for food. Do I pay attention to that? No, unfortunately not. Sadly, okay? Because I like to eat food, and I eat. That's not sensible, but hey, it is what it is. And yet I do notice there are specific days of the month that I feel, okay, if I don't eat food, my body would not be unhappy, it would actually be very happy. But unfortunately, I want the taste pleasure of eating food, and I eat it, okay? It's a big deal. So I know that's wrong. Not wrong that God's gonna punish me, but wrong is just it's not correct for the system. And I do want to take more time when those days come. I want to pay attention and I want to stop eating. It's also not necessary to not eat for the entire day, meaning that once the evening comes, the body says, okay, it's time to consume something, and then you can eat some light breakfast or dinner and you'll be good. If that sensitivity isn't there, as Sadhguru said, then the 11th day of the month, or the Ekadashi day, is when everybody does it. And I've always found this to be weird, and I've had resistance to this. Even though it is that time of the month, and that time of the month is a transitionary period, so it's a good day to not do anything, I guess. But I never did that because, hey, I want to eat on that day and I will eat on that day. And thankfully I have the sensitivity to know when the body doesn't want food. Unfortunately, I don't listen, I don't pay attention. and I eat anyway, okay?
Or the ash gourd, Ash gourd juice is a great thing. Ash gourd, lemon and a little bit of honey. Just going on 2-3 days on just this is a great cleanser and a great rejuvenator of the body.
Ash gourd is simply amazing, incredible. Shout out to my friend Bimbisara, who has gifted me a ash gourd, Bimbisara Desh. He's one of the closest people to Sadhguru that I know in this existence, in this life. And when I was in New Zealand, he grew ash gourd actually. And fortunately, he was kind enough to gift me one. And I reacted to me eating ash gourd for the first time on many of my videos. You should search the word ash gourd on my YouTube channel and watch my profound expressions and how I felt eating that amazing fruit. So it's amazing. Ash gourd is amazing because of the amount of light energy it has, what people call prana. It is so energetic. I remember one of the first times eating it, I was with Dennis, a old friend, and we were sitting in a New Zealand hotel. And I'm eating this fruit, and I'm eating so much of it. And then after like 20 minutes had passed, I just started to feel, oh, I'm just intoxicated, or I'm stimulated. As if I drank coffee, something similar to that. I'm sure you would experience drinking coffee, but not like coffee. I'm just high on a buzz, but with no downsides. The only downside, realistically, with ash gourd is that it makes your body so cold. It's a very cooling type of fruit. It's called a winter melon very adequately in English language, because it creates so much coolness in the system that if you eat this, you could catch a cold quite easily because it cools the body so much. It's perfect for tropical countries. If you're really hot, you eat an ash gourd, you're basically air conditioning yourself for the next 3-4 hours, however long it takes. This is just a fantastic food. It's grown closer to the equator. Farther away from the equator, so I don't have as much access to this. But I've never drank an ash gourd juice. I think I should purchase some and drink some on camera. What do you think? Leave a like on this video if you want me to do that.
So, 1 day in a month or 2 days in a month, just going on that instead of simply fasting. After some time, if you drink 1 glass of juice in the morning, you don't feel like drinking anything till evening, just water is doing fine with you without any suffering in the body, then it's okay to fast. You just take care of water and food. The food that you eat, how you treat it. When food arrives in front of you, you treat it well because it has memory. You will see if you treat it well, you can cut down your food by 50% or even 70%, still maintain the same body weight, still maintain enormous level of activity and still be fine.
And this is the last tip that Sadhguru gives, is having reverence for your food, treating your food properly. Also eating food in the right way. He doesn't mention this here, but sitting with your legs crossed and paying the proper amount of attention to your food and understanding this is the source of your life. And with all those things, the quantity of the food should go down, and as the quantity of the food needed in the body goes down, the processing power that is needed for your food to digest is less, and you will have more of that energy available to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are seeking transformation, I can help you to achieve that. You visit shivakailash.com and book a spiritual consultation or a session with me today.